Today we're going to cover 3 penny stocks which you've probably never heard of. At least I know I'd never heard of them until I found them online, and they look like reasonable setups for the coming months. So that's what we're going to cover today, is technical analysis on these stocks and get through some basic fundamentals as well, because that's an important part of understanding stocks, especially penny stocks. Now, these stocks have had a history of going up to 220% returns. So we're going to take a look at that in the charts and just see whether there is the potential for that to occur again. Now, we're going to do this using technical analysis, and therefore this is not financial advice. It's for educational purposes only. I know technical analysis may be new to a few people, or it's still something that they're learning. So if there's any part of the video that you're finding challenging, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll do my best to explain it in more detail in further videos. And at any time throughout the video, leave us a like down below, because it really does help out my channel through the YouTube algorithm, which is forever changing. So hit that up. While you're down there, hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon if you're new to the channel. Now, the housekeeping done and the video liked up down below, let's jump across to the top 3 penny stocks for the month of November. Now, here's a structure for the video today. The top 3 stocks we're looking at is PAR, next is NUC, the final is SLC. And if I've got time in the video, time permitting, I'm going to look at a 4th one that had 1000% return in its previous pump. So we're all here to trade on these stocks. These are not long-term investments by any means at this point. Got more of those videos coming out later, so be sure to subscribe and stick around for those growth stock videos coming up. Analysis for today is looking at some news announcements, basic fundamentals, market cap and price share, nice and quick. Buy and sell levels, support and resistance, and of course, an outlook to see how we could trade these stocks. As part of my fundamental analysis and coming up with ideas, I like to scour Google and just see if there are any articles out there which have had some reasonable success rate. One in particular I found was the IG.com article, which was released in January 9th, 2020. Now, this article has quite a few stocks which did end up pumping over the course of this year of 2020. BrainChip is a notable one. Also, Split It and Sezzle in here. So I've got a few of these stocks we're going to look at, which are NUC, PAR, and SLC. Now, I've got reasons for those, which I'll cover in just a moment. The first stock is Paradigm Biopharmaceuticals. Ticker is PAR. And if we have a quick look at their profile and news, they have had some news coming out in the last couple of months. It all looks like reasonably good news, but it's not showing up so much on the chart in big moves yet. I like to see that as a good sign that good things may be coming. When you got good news and the market, the chart is going up a little bit, then I think that's a pretty good time to get in before the masses have seen it. Now, what does Paradigm do? Paradigm is a biopharmaceutical company. It engages in researching and developing therapeutic products for human use. It is a drug repurposing company which seeks to find new uses for old drugs. So it doesn't seem like they have to go through the massive risks of developing new drugs. They just try and find old stuff and then find something that it's going to work on again in the future. So onto the chart, and this is the move that I'm talking about here, just 223% from this accumulation area to its peak. I'm looking at that area because it could be another accumulation area here. Reasons being this heavy drop from August through to September on lowering volume. So this is the amount of stock that's being traded, and as it's falling, less and less is being traded. And then we get a big up week with high volume. So it looks like maybe we've seen some temporary floor around the level of 220 to 230. So I'd be keeping that in mind and then looking for another area to enter. I also like the look of the wedge here that is going on from the lows to the other lows, highs to the highs. We're getting tighter ranges, the volatility is dropping, and generally when volatility drops, that leads to a big move. Could be south, it could be north, but volatility when it's drying up usually means a big move is coming. You can see that happening just last year as well. As volatility dried up in these areas, volume started to lower as well. Volatility is just the fluctuation in the price. Then you get a big move out. So that's why I'm liking this area as a potential wind up before a big move. That's why I've got PAR on my watch list for November. Let's move on to the second stock. Second stock is Nuchev. I think that's how you pronounce it. Ticker is NUC. And they have a market cap of only 55 million. So it's definitely in that penny stock, if not micro cap area. So Nuchev produces and sells goat milk-based formula and nutrition products, similar to like a smaller Bubs, something like that, or A2 milk. And I'm liking it because of the news articles down here. There's a few things that have come up which look pretty good, but nothing much has happened on the price in terms of buying pressure. A lot of it's still been selling pressure. So let's take a look at that now. NUC, selling pressure continues. It has just been on a massive fall since 2019. That's why I'm still very conservative with this one. I'm not going to just jump in at this low. I don't see a change in trend yet. I don't see a buy signal, but we're talking about stocks to put on our watch lists and just keep stalking them. We don't want to get on something that has already pumped. We want to get in before the pump. So last time it pumped was at these levels. We're at $1.35. Currently, we're at $1.38. After the pump, it went up 133%, and it only took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-ish weeks for that pump to finish. Now, I still see this level, this resistance downwards diagonal, as pretty strong resistance because it's tried once to break out and just fell back underneath it pretty quickly. But these last 2.5 weeks are looking like their selling could be exhausting because the move has just escalated. It's increased further down. And you can see when it broke away from the trend line further back here in June of this year, as it broke away from the downtrend, it bottomed and then had a move up. Albeit that was only a smaller move up and basically only 28%, so nothing huge. But we know when it breaks away from its downtrend, it tries to find a base before having a move back to the median line, back to the norm, and it overshot the norm and then came back to it, and we've continued to fall away. So this is an important level, $1.35, and if we can hold and make a reversal, find a buy signal in here to take our long position, then this is a good one for the watch list. That's why I've got it here, NUC. Keep it on the watch list. Let's talk about it in future videos, so let us know in the comments down below. Now we've got the third and final stock coming up, but before that, hit the like button down below if you're finding some value from this. And also let me know in the comments what penny stocks are on your list and what you want to have a look at in future penny stock videos. I like the penny stocks because they are ways to make quick money if we know what we're doing, if we know what to look out for, and we're not gambling on them. We don't want to be buying these things after they're pumped. That's what we're trying to look at here. So shoot us a like down below to see more of these videos, and let me know in the comments which penny stocks you are looking at. Let's move across to the third and final stock. Now the third and final stock is one of my favorites out of the list. It's Superloop at 91 cents at the moment, $336 million market cap. What do they do? This is the part that I like the most. Superloop engages in the provision of connectivity services in the Asia Pacific region. So it's tech in Asia, but based in Brisbane, Australia. So it's something we can trade here. The firm operates through the following segments: connectivity, services, and broadband. We all know that everyone's looking for broadband and 5G and all this sort of stuff at the moment. The connectivity segment includes the development and operation of independent connectivity, infrastructure, and services throughout the Asia Pacific region for wholesale and enterprise customers, including fiber optic cable, international submarine cables, and fixed wireless networks. Now I'm going to leave it there. You can read the rest of it because there's stuff that goes on with cybersecurity and cloud management and pretty much every buzzword that is in tech at the moment. So Superloop on my list. Let's take a look at the chart. And again, this one has pumped 192% from the March low to the August high, and we're seeing a pullback. Volume has been relatively high, so I think maybe we'll continue to come back just a little bit to around 75, if not 65 cents. But I'm not concerned at the moment for this one because the volume just in this area is increasing. So maybe we're hitting a low point before we move up. That's why I'm concerned with the low of 85. I want to see that stay in play from a couple of weeks ago before I look for a buy signal on this one. Now, if we play devil's advocate, Superloop has been on a major downtrend since 2016. It's fallen from $3.35 all the way down to 43 cents at the COVID low. Having said that, this move out of the low and to where it currently is looking reasonably strong, almost like a head and shoulders pattern. So there's a shoulder, or an inverted head and shoulders, I should say. And this could be the start of another shoulder, and basically we want to see that neckline broken for a more conservative entry, and that's at around $1.27. But we want to keep an eye on this and see if there is a signal somewhere in this current area to get in a little bit earlier. So keep that in mind. We don't want to see it fall too far below 75 cents. We want to see a buy signal set up, and for a conservative entry somewhere above the $1.25. Superloop, definitely my favorite out of the three. Now, I did say I'll give you a fourth bonus stock that had 1,000% increase, and this one's Kicker. Now, it did have the pump last year. It just didn't see much happen this year. It is in the finance and technology space because it's providing know your customer solutions and trying to prevent money laundering and all this sort of stuff. So maybe it's just not as sexy as some of the buy now, pay it later stuff, and that's why it hasn't had its move. Let's take a quick look at the chart, and you can see last year is when it went from its low of around 3 cents up to its high of 37 cents. But all this year, it's just been sideways, and early this year when the article came out, it was on a downtrend into that COVID low. And at the moment, it could be winding up, but I am still very cautious of this stock because the high volume is coming on moves up and they're not following through. So that isn't a very strong sign when I'm looking at stocks. Basically, the low here is around that 7-ish cents. We don't want to see that low taken out and fall below here for too long. Basically, Kicker, let's kick it to the sidelines for now, but it's something that may be interesting in the future because it can do massive pumps very quickly. There we go, our top 3 penny stocks for November, and the bonus one of Kicker in there that we should keep a lookout for because it can pump quite well. Overall, my favorite was Superloop out of these. What was your favorite? And what is your favorite that's not on the list? Let me know in the comments down below. If you found value from the video, hit the like button. And if you're new to the channel, first time you're seeing me and technical analysis, let us know and subscribe. And let me know in the comments if this is the first time you've seen technical analysis. Huge thank you to you guys. We've recently hit 32,000 subscribers on the channel, and we're well on our way to 33, 35, and hopefully 40 and beyond. Thank you so much to you guys, and thank you for joining the live streams with your suggestions of stocks as well. It's a lot of fun over there, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Slowly but surely, the technical analysis course for beginners is getting complete. If you want to be on the mailing list for notifications when that comes out, see my website down below and just leave your email address there, and I'll let you know when that's out. If you're keen for it, follow me on Instagram for daily market updates and, of course, stories of my life. Now I'll leave it there. I'll catch you guys at the next one. But until then, have more fun to get more done. Peace out.